It's Saturday, which means it's part-time clinical test subject Gareth's turn to host the Comedown. And here's hoping it's going to be the best Comedown yet.
There's someone fucking watching us.
Maybe not. Martin spent the night in the bath. Oh, he's having little Comedown dreams.
Oh, it's fucking freezing, lads. Fuck out, it's roasting, lads. Ooh.
David's in the bedroom. Oh, sorry. David's in the bedroom looking through Gareth's belongings.
There's definitely something. There's a sound device or something. They're listening to our conversations. What the fuck? Nah, they've got a camera in this here.
To me, it's
Antique
a very
show.
classic part of English furniture history.
No, fuck that.
1820s. Today's
Hi, Dan.
Good night.
Ooh. That's good.
Fannies.
Also fannies.
Oh, it's not.
Two fannies here.
Ooh.
Worth it, I think.
Bargain hunt. That's nice.
Were they your great grandmothers?
They were my great grandmother.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Does he do
came
like that?
down to me.
From Germany.
Gareth's in the kitchen making the main course.
There's still a wee scrape in there, so... Oh, jackpot, Coleraine cheddar. Now we're fucking cooking. Now we're cooking. Bon apple tit, mate. There you are, mate. Help yourself. You feeling alright?
Alright.
Whoa, what the fuck? That's tiny. No, Jesus, Martin, come and have a look at this. My dick is tiny. Jesus, come on, have a look.
Gareth and Jake are digging into the main course.
It's literally cement and shit. Thanks.
Retard.
Taxi!
I mean, like, it was good crack all around, to be honest. I enjoyed it. The food was alright, but the entertainment was pretty freaky. For that reason, -3 from me.
Yeah, fucking brilliant. Some crack. Absolutely amazing. Amazing service.
Look, I've been on a few come-downs now. I thought it went well. I did. I mean, it was certainly better than David's come-down. Fighting homeless people underneath Albert's Bridge.
Right. What would you say is the worst come-down
For me,
you ever had? Like,
speed.
huh?
Speed.
Speed?
Yep. Worst come down ever. Speed.
Scenario or drug?
Not scenario, but just feeling.
No, I mean,
of drug.
like, in your life.
the worst
feeling.
come down you ever had.
Feeling
No, he's-
from the drug, I'm saying,
Yeah,
though,
yeah, whatever.
was speed.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, there's so many bad days that I had that
Yeah.
make it worse because of what you go through. But speed was horrendous.
Yeah, I don't think I remember a specific drug, what it done. Well, I don't remember speed because I only done it like twice, maybe or 3 times. Not enough
Why I
to
remember. That's why I remember, because it was so
I
just like,
remember
remember
that.
walking home and we had to stop and smoke like 6 cigarettes. Just stop and just. Terrible. Thought people were following me and everything.
Oh, fuck. I mean, you've never been coming down, Martin.
You've never been come on.
And well, he's been come on loads of times. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Martin.
He's been, come on, Martin. Everybody.
That's a good
what
segment we
worst?
should have in our podcast.
Come on, Martin.
Come on, Martin.
Come on, Martin. So, and you don't want to. You don't want to experience it.
You
like,
don't want come on.
and you'll never really experience it on anything like weed or anything the way it
No, Jesus Christ.
like
Oh,
there
calm
is
downs?
because there's a come down of everything. Doesn't matter what it is, like we're saying, sugar, whatever, but there's a specific feeling to things like
The only
ecstasy.
thing that would be maybe
Amphetamines?
similar would be
Yeah.
like alcohol. Not
You
really.
wouldn't call something.
That's
It's only something that gets you up.
Yeah,
that you
well,
can come
alcohol
down
can
from.
do that. Alcohol,
So-
alcohol is a
doesn't.
come down. Like a hangover is a come down, but it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be really bad. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know if you can classify
it as a
dehydration and shit. You
Yeah,
know?
you can't really class it as a
Yeah.
come down.
Or
Alcohol is a
come down's that,
hangover.
like-
It's specifically a
no, I
hangover.
know what you mean, but
You know?
And
it is a coming off alcohol. but
it's coming off alcohol, but
that's
you're
what I'm
not-
saying to Martin. You'll never. Hopefully, you don't want to.
You do want to.
You're
experience
not depending
a come
on
down.
It's really
depending
fun.
on what alcohol you're drinking. You're not necessarily. There's so many different levels of, you know.
But I get what you mean. Like
wine could get you.
coming down from alcohol, a hangover is just a groggy, dehydrated, sore head. You can't be anxious and stuff. But then coming down from
'Cause you're not necessarily-
ecstasy or cocaine or something like that, it's all your mind and your body and your
Because you're given this
psyche.
fake happiness and enjoyment,
Yeah,
and then
you're euphoric all night long, and then in the morning you wake up and it's gone.
Oh, the reality hits,
And
and,
it's,
you're
and
like,
it's dumped, completely gone.
Oh, what
and then
the
also
fuck?
you just feel it's
What?
like, so sometimes, like, I don't even feel unhappy in any recent come down that I felt, you know. It's just like a why, like, you know, and I'm just fucking fragile and I can't. Oh,
It's terrible.
like, fuck's sake.
God, Jesus.
But I mean,
Days
some of
gone.
them ones back then, it's
days
literally contemplating suicide. Like during that come down, sometimes it's
Black
like,
crack, like.
oh my god, this is the worst. Like
For a while though, come downs didn't exist. You took E's, and the next day I was like, well, that was amazing. I'm gonna do that again. I remember the first time that we done it with all them dickheads. The next day I was just like, let's
there
do
was
that
maybe
again.
a few that
You
I
know?
didn't experience. I remember the first come down I had. Me and David had to go to Belfast the next day. Remember? The clothes shopping or something, was it?
Yeah.
So we
Christmas
were in
clothes shopping, you just
Dee's.
had to
We were
go.
in Dee's house. The first time I'll say the first time I ever took ecstasy, we were
Dee's
in
house?
our friend Dee's house.
Dee's.
The only person we know called D in our past that took ecstasy with us. With the first name D,
Oh, right.
first letter D of his name. So we went to his house, and it's the first time I was high on E's, and it was me, Jake, David, and D.
Did you say D?
D.
Yeah.
Did he?
Cut it out. We're joking.
Right. So, and I remember.
I remember.
Do you remember?
I remember.
We walked to D's house that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't we? We walked.
Yeah, and
it
do
was
you
like
know
a
why-
5 mile walk,
What
like.
I really distinctly remember is you, for some reason, like that whole night for me is encompassed right by one moment.
Playing with his wee brothers.
Matthew, tell me about heaven,
Oh,
and then
jeez.
the wee
Oh, don't
brothers.
even remind me.
So Matthew, tell me about heaven.
So there's
Firstly,
holy fuck, terrible. It affected my life for a long time. That too,
Oh,
right?
the
So,
Matthew.
right.
What
So
happened?
first of all, I was just high on ecstasy the first time, and you're fucking completely gone. And he has two wee brothers. One was old enough. I don't think he was there. He was way off
Hold
somewhere
on, for what?
to party.
I came here for the beer and the bitches.
And the other one was like 5 or something, right?
Yeah.
And in my eat up head, I just wanted to play toys with him. You know, so his wee brother was up and about and, you know, laughing at us, you know, and because I was high as fuck, I was like, I got his Legos out and his fucking toys and all out, and we were playing
Right.
dinosaurs and all.
Okay. So what actually happened was, right?
I didn't fuck know about it.
What actually happened was, right? You disappeared.
Yeah.
For a while, and we had asked each other a few times, like, "Where's Gar?"
Yeah.
And then I went for a piss, right? And it was a big long hallway, and it's like room, toilet. I just walked, one room walked by it, second room walked by it, and the third room I walked by, something caught my eye. And I stopped, I went back, and I looked, and you were down on the floor playing like trucks and Legos with the wee boy with his lights on in his bedroom. And I was like, Garv, no. And you were like, no, he wants to play with toys. We're playing with toys. And I think he was supposed to be in bed sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, of
You
course
know.
he was.
He was having good crack. Like,
He
it was
was-
like
he
there
was
was
having a
some
good time,
madman
yeah.
in his room.
You probably woke up. You want to play with toys?
We're playing with toys.
He has that memory. He's like 20 odd now or something. He has that memory.
Just someone with his jaw like coming
cut that?
off.
No, it's fine.
So-
Like, it's funny.
Never gonna play with toys.
Yeah, I was
And
high
then,
as
but
fuck.
Matthew Town about heaven was before
Right,
that.
so after,
it was-
okay, well, then there was a book that I found in his room that he was reading, and it was all that kind of stuff we were kind of getting into back then. Like,
Yeah.
Flag.
It was a woman who channeled her dead son from heaven.
yeah, it was like Ascension and
What did
all
you
that
say?
we were getting into.
What did you
I said Dee's name.
Oh.
Yeah. So what was the book again?
So the book is about a woman whose son died in a car accident when he was like 17 or 18 or 19 or in and around that age, and she
was
channels
able to
his
channel his
consciousness from the afterlife, and
Yeah.
he tells you what happens to the soul after we die.
A load of bullshit. Like, but back then I was heavily involved in it, and I
Not
was
really
like,
a load of bullshit. To
fuck
be
up.
honest. Who
Really a load
knows
of
why?
who knows? Who knows?
Why a
Who
load of
knows?
bullshit?
But who knows? Yeah. No.
I still see like what happened to you after that. You didn't
Yeah.
want anything to do with those books.
Yeah.
I literally borrowed every book off there and read them all.
I know.
You know?
I know.
I read
And,
a
like,
lot of them
I
too, like,
still-
back then I was big into
Who knows? Who knows?
No, I know.
But I still agree quite strongly, and it still holds up a lot of the things that he has said that I
But the thing that I don't agree with is
look
selling
into,
books.
you know. There's
Yeah.
that, but then
A lot
the
of-
thing
a lot-
is,
yeah, a
fuck
lot
it,
of those
because we live
things-
in a world where
a lot of those
You
things
know?
that I learned from those books actually are segmented into my belief system of
Afterlife
they,
and
still,
shit.
they correlate with all
You
these
know.
things,
Yeah.
especially happening
You
now.
can definitely
within
take
physics.
things away
your
from
cumulative soul.
whether or
and
not
shit,
it's real or not. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, it's like that book, whatever way my head was going, it was just so morbid and so. Oh, it was so morbid to me, and so
he died. Yeah, because he was like, remember Gareth was like, he died when he was fucking something, and he said that all night. It was like he died when he was what age?
Something like
was
that.
it our age? Were we that age? Maybe
No,
at that time,
no,
maybe.
I don't-
Like
maybe
really
we
young,
were, actually.
13 or something. It was like he died.
No, he's
when
older,
He was,
way older, because he's driving a car. So he's
Yeah.
like 16, 17.
16 or whatever.
Whatever, like, but it really affected me, like that whole night. Just,
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
fucking.
That was a good
And
night.
then the funniest part, and I always remembered, was me and Jake sitting like this, right? So come here, Martin. I'm trying to do this with a dick. Right, me and Jake were sitting like this
Dick.
because. Can you see my dick?
No.
We're sitting like this and watching something.
Yeah.
Bill Hicks. That's
Bill
the
Hicks,
night.
it was Bill Hicks.
That's
That
like
was the night we found.
first time we found Bill Hicks, and
Seen
all like,
that?
holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was sitting like this with Jake. This was sort of at the start of the night when it was all
Anxiety
this-
part?
Yeah, sort of anxiety, and everything you feel unease is just. Whew. So I had to like feel Jake. I was like, right, Jake, just hold me. It's okay.
Yeah, like,
And-
pulling at my jumper, like really.
yeah,
like,
and I was like, and
biting
he
it
was
all.
like, it's
Remember
all
you were
right,
biting my
it's all right,
jumper?
Yeah, it
it's
was
all right,
really-
right? It was like this and
You
all,
were
and
biting my
then
jumper and all.
his mum,
Fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake.
Dee's mum, then came in and seen me and Jake like
Yeah,
this,
just walked in.
and instead of going like, oh, like that,
Yeah.
this is all I done. I just went
Yeah.
like that, as if that was any better, you
And
know?
she just walked out. Did she not?
Something like that.
Did she not just walk out? But here's the thing as well, what we were supposed to do, he had a caravan
Yes.
outside of his house.
Yeah.
And his ma had said we can go and have a car out in there if we like.
Yeah.
And that was the plan. We were going to go do
Should
that,
have done
take
that, like-
ease. We did. We went into the caravan.
Yeah, I remember.
And we took ease, and then it all started to hit, and then we just lost course and just bled into Darren's
That's
house.
it,
We're
but
like,
it
we're
is.
going into Darren's house
There's
now.
no.
Oh, fuck's
It's hard to do
sakes.
that. Like. So many.
And just bled into the house then,
Yeah,
you know?
it's like
Do you remember? I'll always remember the night we all took acid in Dee's house.
Yeah.
it was.
Obviously, yeah.
Do you wanna
That was
know
a
why?
lollipop up the arse
one of
tonight, wasn't it?
It was
No?
one of
No.
the strangest. No,
was just
no,
a
this
party
was
night.
all-
Did he join in with you or?
It was one of the strangest trips I've ever had because I took acid.
Yeah, simmer down.
I took a couple of different tabs, you know, like
Yeah.
throughout the night, and they hit differently. You
Like
know?
waves.
Well, I remember just that night was not for me.
I know.
I knew I didn't want to take it because this was like the
This is
second
the one
time.
you went wearing circles. and-
Yeah, this is the second time we took acid, and the first time it wasn't great. So this was the second time now, and I was having a panic attack before I ate them. Then I ate them, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we
Yeah.
go. Now I have to deal with this. And then I just had one big whole long panic attack the whole night, and I just, to try and get myself out of that, or the
Sarge class.
I just played Call of Duty, whatever fuck it was back then, Modern
We all
Warfare.
tried to play Call of Duty,
We all
And
remember?
I can't even remember that part. I only remember me just running around one of the maps,
in
just
circles.
running around.
So we
just
all
focusing
stuck it
that
on and
instead.
tried to play it at the start when it was hitting.
Yeah.
And then it just got ridiculous. And then that's where like, we can't play this anymore. And then I think you tried to stay on it. And then you just stayed in that room the whole night. And then I would periodically come into you. And you were doing like different things. And then I remember just coming in one time and you were watching like a documentary about pine trees or something. And I was looking at the trees and I was just like, Gareth, I'm sorry, I can't with them trees. I'm out of here. Right? And then the next time I come in, you were watching like Late Night with Julian
remember
Holland, or what's his name?
Jules
Holland.
And Mos Def was on
Mos
it.
Def come on and done like a wee drum thing, and he was
That
going
was sinister,
simmer down,
wasn't
simmer down, simmer down. And I was just
Sinister
like,
as fuck,
Gareth,
look.
Get out of here.
I can't even remember what.
This is I can't
hell?
Very, very.
Hang on,
Even if you watch that performance sober, it's a weird, fucked up.
Hey, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the come down, the first come down after the ease, the first time I took ease, we went up to. I didn't know you didn't eat. I didn't know that. So this was the first time ever, and we went to Subway. And we got a Subway, and Jesus Christ, trying to eat a Subway on a come down.
Cement, like.
You know, your mouth's full of sores from sucking and biting it all night long.
But that's so ecstasy's the worst one for that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's
Definitely,
other
like,
kind of drugs
your
like that you
mouth
can
is
take.
fucked in the morning, like.
Yeah.
Like that,
Because
there's madness. Like,
There's no idea of when you're on it. You don't really have an idea
Know
of how
what
dry
you're
your
doing.
mouth is, or
Yeah.
and you're
any
not.
of that shit.
And you don't
realize
wanna.
you're doing that, you know.
I mean,
Need
you
a gum
can-
shield.
And do you notice you can easily drink down beers very quickly on
Do you
ecstasy?
remember we sat in a bush? Me and David got 24 Fosters each,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Remember? And we crawled into the bush, flag this, I suppose, down by.
Mhm.
You know that there used to be a semicircle of bushes there.
Fuck, I can't remember
You know, there was a semicircle of hedges there,
Oh,
green hedges, and me and David crawled into it and just sat and drank. Remember that?
Can't
And
remember
down
that.
like fucking 24 tins
Wish
of
it-
Fosters
wish it
each
could.
on
Oh,
each. You
Jesus
know?
Christ.
Sounds like a good memory.
Yeah.
One of the.
They're so easy to drink. Remember, there was that Foster's thing for ages. We were getting them for like, it was honestly like
Oh, we
$5.99
drank a
or
lot of
$8.99
Fosters. I
for
couldn't
24
drink it
Fosters. They just
Foster's.
opened them going,
Foster's was actually a good one for a carry out because it was cheap and it wasn't that bad. It was just.
I used to
alright.
get 8 Fosters and a. So this was my weekend, right? Used to get 20 quid from mum,
Mhm.
and I knew that would go on in a 10-bit. It was just a wee. You would have got quite a nice wee
Chunk of dope,
chunk of dope. You would have called it, but
the brown stuff back then.
and it's not hash.
no, it's
Yeah,
not high.
it's
It's
just
something else, like, it's its own thing, like.
it's fucked up.
People in Europe, what I know we're technically, but like seeing like Spain, like you try and explain that, and there's
Mhm.
like, what? Like,
Well,
they don't,
yeah.
never experienced it.
I remember finding that when I was a kid, in probably I was like 7 or 8, and I loved hooking, just loved hooking through drawers and shit, and I found a big whack of that shit, and I was like, the fuck is that? Just put it back. I was like,
That smells fucked up.
nothing to me. I don't. Who gives a fuck?
That's funny. Like.
Why would they have? What is this? In my thought, maybe it sort of looked like a crayon or a chalk thing. So I was like, it
something-
must be something to do with
something
Dad.
Dad would
Yeah,
maybe
something to do
have,
with
yeah.
Dad's work or something. I was like, it's something.
Yeah, but with a £20, I would have got a 10-bit, a fucking a wee half bottle of Goldflagger, or a quarter bottle of Goldflagger, and 8
The gold
Fosters.
bits, the gold bits
Eight
cut your
Fosters.
throat and make you
Gets you more
drunk
drunk,
faster. That's
So
stupid.
I would have
me,
necked
like.
that
Yeah.
in one, and then just started drinking the Fosters. I would have had 8 Fosters before I went to the bar then,
Yeah, I would have done gold
and
slayer
just
too. Like.
smoked, and then just smoked the 10-bit, and
Yeah.
I was already blocked. And
And that was really young days though. That's really young days. That's fucking whoo days.
It's funny that there was a lot of come downs, and Martin was there. Think
Yeah.
about that. Martin
Yeah.
was every
Yeah.
come down we ever had. Martin was there.
Didn't realize.
If you think about it, you know, he was just young. He wasn't coming down, obviously.
Yeah.
But we were sitting and fucking. I wonder what Martin thought. What did you think of us
Did you
back
know?
I can't remember anything.
I remember like fucking.
I can't remember a lot of my childhood, to be honest with you.
Huh?
then? Me neither.
I can't remember a lot of my childhood. It's hard.
I've got a shit memory too. Look, but that's not really my childhood. I'm growing up. I'm like 18 when I started taking these and shit. So you would have been like 10.
I can't remember. Like,
You know.
like I remember
like,
a lot
talk
of
to
your
Tanya when you
friends
come down because
and me going mad with them and all, you know, and because it was hyper as fuck.
Yeah.
But that's it. I don't really remember Jesus being high or anything like, or obviously because I don't know, didn't know back then. Like,
Probably didn't know what we
some
were.
of the funniest times, definitely in and around the house, I have to say, was definitely Jake. His
The time he got his dick out and you sucked it. Oh, tell that story. Tell that story.
no, but like his fucking react, like just so many fucking things. Like he tried to take the picture off the wall and stuff,
Yeah.
thinking there was money behind it.
what?
Like there's money. There's
So we were in the
we need to
house.
get the money to fucking
We were
get
tripping on ease, to be honest. I
Was
did
this-
UFO and all
Was
that.
this the time me and my cousin were sitting there and
you
you two
and the
came in?
other day, right?
Yeah.
We were fucking in and we were trying to get you to take. We were like, scumbags, get the flits, leave.
This is before I
Right?
was taking him a hang.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
and
was
you were kind
"I'm
of
not
get the
taking that
fuck
shit."
away from me, like, you know,
Yeah.
sort of. And right, honestly, this is one of the trippiest. No, maybe not one of the trippiest times, but like, Jesus, just on ecstasy, right? So I remember like trying to drink your candles and all, thinking it was Suki, and then I got this idea in my head that
Drink
there
your
was a
candles.
safe behind the picture in the front room. So I was trying to take that off and get into the money to get more ease and all.
Yeah.
And in my head, this was real.
Yeah.
And my French teacher was standing out in the back, just looking at me through the window, you know?
Yeah.
And I could see her just standing there. And then I think you just kicked me out for a while and was like, go for a walk and fucking calm down and all that shit. And I walked to the play park and lay on that big slanty slide that used to be there.
Yeah.
Right? And in the sky, completely real to me,
Someone
was
would have
a
went with you.
massive UFO.
Yeah.
And it was like a big circle metal ball with like really sharp, staggered fucking spikes coming out of it. You know, like sun rays, you know? And to me, that was all real, you know? Nope. Just fucked
Mad,
up.
look, there is some fucked up parts. Look.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like these do make you fucking trip a bit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's been times where like remember that time we were walking and it felt like the town was in the sky. Just
Yeah.
everything was just
Jesus
off.
Christ,
you know?
like.
Everything was off.
Well, I'll say like probably I have to tell this story because I don't know if it was my worst come down, but it's obviously up there, and it was like on Boxing Day or something when I went missing.
Oh,
So like
Jesus Christ.
this was around Christmas. I went out.
Do you have to tell this story?
It's funny. Like I can't even remember. Well, it was around Christmas. I remember that.
Aye, sure, whenever.
And went out. Probably used, did we?
Aye.
I can't remember.
Probably. Well, I went out anyway, and then ended up coming back to our estate and meeting a few boys, you know, and just taking the party there. Literally just three of us went to a flat, and then we took more cocaine and drinks, and we just got fucked up. And we were that fucked up that long that we were still fucked up 3 o'clock the next day, and then we just decided to do it again.
Yeah.
You know, and I think was it the next day after, or was it that night?
It was maybe that night
No,
or
it
the
was-
next
it was
day
the next
after.
day after. It was about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Maybe
48
that
hours.
we found you.
know.
Yeah.
And we were like literally going around everywhere,
Oh, no.
looking in ditches and all. Like I was
Yeah.
actually
The funny
raging.
thing is, right, they put out an APB. the fucking police were looking for me. I was all over Facebook. People had me, like, old uni fucking classmates had me shared all everywhere. It was so fucking scundering.
Well, should have done.
Like, I
And then
remember
when
Luke
we
saying,
found you. What were you doing when we found you?
I was sitting there in my
Sitting
boxers,
in your
just
boxers,
like I am now.
in the fucking worst fucking
Funny enough,
state.
just literally across the street.
And you wouldn't. Yeah.
I was like, you could have threw a stone and hit the house that I was in, like,
and we
from
were
my ma's
driving
house.
around everywhere, looking in bushes and all.
Yeah, and I think it was like,
And then you wouldn't leave.
I think someone in the estate that knew where I was then sort of said, "Oh, he's in fucking your man's house." You know, he was like, I think someone came over like about an hour before this had happened, but I was in no fucking state to
And
be
the
listening
shit
to
thing
it.
is, the
And he's
police
like,
had to
"Garf,
come
you're
and see
missing,
you.
Garf, you're missing." I was like, "Well, fuck off. I'm fine. I'm fucking
The
fine."
Lord has risen.
the police had to come and see you. Like,
Yeah.
The police didn't know. The police weren't there.
Yeah, they
the
were.
police were there.
Yeah, they were.
I was with them.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I
were.
just remember Dad coming in.
Yeah,
like,
no, the police were at the house.
The police were at the house. That's where they were.
You know,
I can't
police were at the
remember.
house.
We went and got you because
Scundering like it was fucking.
And you wouldn't come for ages.
And I was fucked. I was blacked.
And then what was that like then? Waking up.
Terrible.
Ha.
Terrible. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Just see when I just checked all the Facebook posts and all, I was like, oh my fuck. Could have used a better picture, fuck's sake.
They're saying like when you come into the house and all, like everyone was shouting at you and all, and fucking like, what the fuck are you at and all, and blah blah blah, and you were just going, wouldn't it have been better if he'd been killed? Sure, wouldn't it have been better if he was dead? And he just fucking kept saying that up.
Father
to bed.
Ted quotes.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck you, Garf.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
to fucking sleep, will you?
the thing is, like, it would have been all right. Obviously, if we went on benders or went away for 2 days.
Yeah.
If you knew, it's not like we give a fuck.
No.
It was just because it was so out of character
Yeah.
for me to be not
You're
say
the
where it
one
was.
that always goes home.
Yeah.
You're the one that wakes up, or it gets to that point in the morning,
Oh,
the
yeah.
drugs wear off, and Garf, without fail, is I'm going home.
I'm the first away.
See,
See, that's the funny
Always,
thing.
like.
If it was me, there wouldn't have been the police out looking
There
for
might
me.
have been in a while. Like,
Dead in the ditch, actually.
There wouldn't have been.
Define.
I find find him. We're like, yes. Thank fuck, that cunt's dead.
Jesus Christ.
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't think like there would have been as much worry if it was me
No,
because
definitely
Not for a while.
You
Maybe
know,
not for a while, but
For
it was,
two
it would have
days,
been
maybe
all
like
more
Yeah.
expected. Sure.
yeah. He's away. He's away
still
on
2
one.
days though.
Yeah.
You'd be like, right,
I
Yeah.
would obviously still text somebody or have somebody who's seen me.
But it's funny, like when we were in that house,
really saw
we
you,
were in
man.
that house, like the house we always went to. We've said before in this podcast, there was a house we went to every weekend, took all the drugs, and then after about a year, we decided one night we're not going there, and that house burnt down, and that's fucking fate.
Imagine if you went there. Not you?
It probably would.
What would
not
happen?
I don't know. It was just a
symbolism.
It was just it was just a fucking. It
Like,
was
oh,
fate,
right,
like.
okay.
Yeah, let's never go there again. But I think we're done with that part of our lives. But yeah, every time we went there, it got to about 6, and the devil birds came out. You know, you hear the birds chirping, and you're still.
Oh,
you're not
the walk
home.
home from that house was sometimes.
Gareth
crazy.
never walked home.
No, I always rang Dad at like
Cunt.
6 or 7. I was like,
Made
"Come
him
get
get
me,
up out of bed and
please
drive
come
down to
get
get
me."
him.
Yeah.
Hung over himself, probably.
And I always like snuck away from you, like, and you were always still doing it.
Please come get me. Like I can't.
Fucking right.
I can't
Swear to
do
God.
this anymore.
Yeah,
Like
swear to God.
this
Yeah.
is hell.
Oh, it was terrible. Oh,
And then we would walk up the road like 3 hours later, just trips and trudging.
Drained. Like
terrible.
Remember the time we decided it would be a good idea to go to the swimmers, and we were come down as fuck, right?
what the
Come down as fuck. I mean, Dave were
Why?
walking home, and all the wee cars were little tiny toy cars driving around town. And we're like, and we went, we can't go to the house. We're too come down. They'll know. So we're like, we'll just tell everyone we're going to the swimmers, and we'll go to the swimmers, and it'll be class. We'll jump in the water. We'll feel great. And we went in, send everyone. What time? Like 7 o'clock in the morning. Hey, we're just gonna get our swimming gear here. And all. We're going down to the leisure centre, you know. And you just like,
We literally just ran into the house.
when did we even have swimming gear?
Ran into the house to get swimming gear in 2 seconds and
just
ran
put shit
down.
bags ran down the swimmers, and then we come out in our fucking swimming gear and just stood and looked at each other in the mirror. We're all gangly and skinny. It's like, what the
Come
fuck?
down skin, just like fucking
Jumped into the water.
when
and
Tobey
just-
Maguire looks in the mirror before he's Spider-Man.
We actually went swim, jumped in the water, didn't help. It was like wee kids paddling past. I was like,
Lifeguard had to come save you.
swear to God, like,
But that's
Always
such a
remember that.
retarded
Can you not
idea.
swim? No,
Worst
we're still
idea.
can't,
Because
but
we're
we're
probably
fucked.
still fucking on. We're still probably
worst idea.
off our heads.
It
Like
was so bad.
us
I always
not
remember
properly
just
coming
standing
down.
looking in the mirror and just being like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
Why did you
Just
do
felt
that?
like a
Like that's
fucking
the
scarecrow
worst
or something, you know,
decision ever. Like
That's the worst decision ever.
Skin crawling.
we were
like,
like, how can
Trying
we...
everything, trying anything to get rid of a come
To get rid of a calm down,
you
but
do,
I
like-
think... I think
jumping in a
Have
fucking
we tried this?
But I
No.
think it was also, we were like, we're too fucked to just go back to the house. We can't go to bed and we can't sit in the fucking living room because we're going to, Jesus
Find
Christ,
out.
look at the state of us.
Yeah, you try
Do you know what I
anything
mean?
to fucking.
So we're like, what
save
would
your
be
cum down,
normal
like.
to do? And we're like, swimmers. And it'll be class because the water will sort you out, you know?
Yeah.
So funny.
Oh fuck! But that was around the time all that, like the food would have been ham, cheese, and coleslaw sandwiches. Every single time we were coming down, that would have been. Mum would have made it for us and brought it in. And she used to like do
I
things
remember
like, "Can you eat this, boys? Can't eat that? Oh,
You'd be
why
like,
not?"
He's a wee bit sick. He's a wee bit
Oh, I
sick,
remember she
boys.
did, yeah.
She knew,
A wee
like,
bit sick,
she-
boys.
she knew,
today.
like-
that all
Wee
the
bit
time.
sick today, boys. She's like, oh.
Yes.
A wee bit sick.
I remember like your dad coming in to ask David to go to the shop, you know, and David was just like, and he just looked at me and go to the shop. I was like, fuck's sake. I was had to go because David was just,
If you've never experienced a come down with anybody around you, periodically you'll just fall asleep and start making like
dog
growling.
face.
Yeah,
Dog
like
face
we
dreams.
snarls.
It's like a puppy dreaming, you know?
It's strange. Like I don't know. It's funny. Like
Kicking your leg.
yeah, it really is. Like because we would always stick on a movie, and like every so often I'd look at you like, and then you'd wake back up and you'd be watching a movie and he'd be, and then I'd be.
The come down was a part of the whole drug kind of thing back then. You know,
Yeah.
you had to deal with it. Like,
Yeah.
And it
And
was
and it
dealable.
was
We dealt with it good because we had
movies.
a nice,
Each other.
comfortable house to go
Each
home
other
to.
and movies.
Yeah,
And, you could
and
sit
movies.
and,
Yeah, the movies was
Where some people
essential.
were sitting in the
And we
fucking
had, yeah.
the house we left.
Oh, they were still there.
Oh.
Oh, no, that's
Having
licorice
to come
watches.
down there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's licorice watches.
Oh, I feel for
And
that.
if you don't
Which
know
one?
what that is,
Just anyone that's like, say, the house we left, and then
Oh,
we
aye.
go home and watch movies. They're still in the house we left. Come
Yeah.
down, dealing with the come down in the
yeah,
place.
licorice watches is the
fuck that.
is a phrase we made
Fuck
up to
Encompass.
to explain something that had. I don't think it had a
mundane.
word. I don't think it has a word or a phrase.
Yeah, it's the feeling of like hospital food or the worst
watching
toy you ever
TV,
get.
watching
you know?
daytime TV on a fucking day off.
Yeah, when you're sick.
Or, you know, waking up in
mundane.
someone's house and
Old mundane
just
shit. Like, is there a way to
bad crack.
explain it?
it's not old mundane. It's like
The worst toy ever.
it's it's like mundane despair.
yeah, mundane.
It's like when you gotta. The reason we said licorice watches is because one time me and Jake were in a B&M and we seen like
it was like a box of sweets.
a wee box of sweets, and one of them was like a wee watch or a wee whatever.
Yeah, so there was a couple of things. It was like a watch,
Like,
a
do you
car.
remember? Yeah, do you remember those sweetie watches you used to get as a kid that it would go around your wrist and
Do
was
you,
like,
Dom?
"Do you guys?"
Huh?
Magahi. We would say Magahi.
McGahy.
There's a Daniel. He's Daniel Magahi.
Sorry
He's
about
another
that.
one. He's another one. But anyway, there is like if your mum and dad brought you home a toy and the toy was a fucking sweetie watch, it's
Yeah.
like, ugh, what?
Yeah.
How's that a toy? Like, you know,
What are
and
you
that
doing, like-
feeling is licorice watches.
Like, they come in, they're like, I got you a fucking class toy at the shops here. And it's a fucking box of licorice watches.
Or like you even
Like,
say
what?
that it isn't even a licorice watch at
It's
all.
not even
just,
licorice. It was I don't know why we said licorice.
Here's
It
the
wasn't
best
licorice.
licorice watch feeling, right? Like expecting to go to the cinema or something
Mhm.
to see like the best movie, but like, you know, somebody buying you that movie on copy instead and letting you watch it or something.
Yeah, something like that maybe. It's something like that. It's hard to pin it down.
hard to grasp.
But when you wake up in a house party and you feel like shit and you go home and you're all right and you think about there's still people at that party living their lives
And, like,
and
having
dealing
their
with their
come down
come down or
in that
their
house that
in
you
that
left.
environment, that's licorice watches.
That's it. Like,
That's licorice watches. If you could bottle that up.
yeah, good God.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
Licorice
fuck that.
watches
Poor guys.
is
Fucking.
God love
Jesus,
you.
like.
God love you. I went through a phase of doing card tricks at these fucking
You
places.
wore the licorice watch.
I was, yeah. Fucking
Fuck's
right.
sake.
that's really
It's funny, there was just some guy, what was his name? Ari or
Don't.
he's
Dead.
foreign. He's either
Dead now.
dead or back in his country because he's
Foreign?
didn't stay here. Yeah, he was a foreign guy. Polish guy. I can't
Right.
remember his name, but he was the one. He showed me one card trick and that was me hooked. I was like, I do card tricks now. Yeah. But
Oh, we all know.
Oh,
trick,
back then,
yeah.
like,
We all know, Gareth.
and see when I was on the E's, the cards came out.
Oh, we know.
The cards came
We know.
out. Oh, so many embarrassing memories of me doing card
Oh,
tricks for
there's a-
people
there's
in
a-
like Chineses and stuff, you know.
There's a
So many
Comedown-
you wouldn't say Chineses. So many
Was it-
embarrassing memories of you doing card tricks. They're embarrassing for me.
Oh,
I fucking hated it.
We're joking. Nah, but it was like a thing. What does it remind me of? It's like remembering you doing that reminds me of a time in my life that's just not okay.
Yeah.
You know, really,
No.
because we shouldn't. Like, obviously, it's fine because we
Oh,
don't do
I-
it now. You know, but like,
what the fuck were we doing?
what were we at there? Like,
We're young and
imagine doing
I know,
that. now,
but we
like,
were so
Unhinged, maybe? Or
we had no direction. Like, you know, I had no direction. I know
none
that
of us
much.
did, none of us knew what we wanted to do with our lives. Still don't.
still don't.
Yeah.
We were all dropped out of uni. We were all jobless at that point. We were all
No, that was all
No, that
before.
was after.
That was after. So this was before. So
We're talking about
I never
17,
took ecstasy after my
17,
18th birthday. So
maybe not then.
so it was all before.
That's fucked up.
It
Isn't
was
it?
all before. So my 18th
That's before we
birthday
moved to Belfast.
stopped all before. See, when we moved to Belfast,
That's sick.
we never took East.
Yeah, it was
disgusting,
run
isn't it?
its course.
That's so
It
weird.
run its course quick.
That's insane.
It was just a big lot of it.
Yeah, well,
Phase.
we
Like when we went to Oxygen, we were finished.
fuck, that's insane.
Because remember, people
Oxygen
were offering
weight.
us E's, and we were like, maybe we'll do it one last time, on the last night, and I did, but you were gone.
Yeah,
But like, you know, it was still like people were offering me E's on the first day, and I was like, nah, like.
that's fucked up, isn't it?
That's
That's,
at that stage.
the timeline there is broke to me. Like,
Crazy, isn't it?
I can't figure that
That's
out. Like,
crazy,
that doesn't compute for me. Like,
Mad shit, like.
but yeah, I don't remember taking ecstasy when we moved to Belfast. Definitely not.
No, we didn't.
That's funny, isn't it? So we were 17 when we were doing that.
16, 17, because it was
I think it was
16.
like a year. Just
It was
really
16.
A mad year.
16 though, because it was tech, second year tech,
Yeah,
madness.
insane.
Second year tech was
No direction,
madness,
no none. We just fucked it.
You know,
As it should. Like,
well, not really.
just
It was fine.
Just lucky we graduated it because
Learnt lessons.
the funny thing is, like, when we were doing it, everybody was calling us scumbags.
Yeah.
And then once we stopped, we were like, that's done. We're done with that shit.
Everybody
then they all started.
Everybody
they all
called
started
us a scumbag are still doing it.
Yeah, they're still doing it now, probably, yeah.
Funny, like.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, there you go.
I don't call them. And I don't call them
I'd be a
scumbags.
scumbag.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't call them scumbags. Like, it's fine. Do some drugs here and there.
Yeah, fucking right. Do what you
But
want.
there's a dynamic. Well, not a dynamic. There's like a way to take drugs and not be a scumbag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do all those scummy
Ah, you
things.
don't
You can
have to
just
be a fucking-
go take drugs and don't be a dick. You know.
Be cool about it.
Not for me anymore, but you do you. You do you.
Oh fuck! I would enjoy a wee bit of ecstasy now and then.
Nah,
Like, not
no
that I-
chemical
not that I
things
have,
Like a
anymore.
wee bit of cocaine, like sometimes.
No, no.
or a wee
Bit
bit
of
of
coke.
cocaine or whatever. Like,
Wee bit of cocaine.
If I'm blocked,
See,
I'll
what I
fucking
wouldn't touch-
shit heroin in my cock,
I
like I've said
wouldn't
before. Like, but no,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't. I
When I'm
can't be that
drunk-
blocked.
When I'm drunk.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit sober, but I'd
It's-
sit and
it's hard
like
to
sit and have a
say.
wee drink and take some coke. That's fine.
Yeah.
Instead of, you just can't
No, I wouldn't touch
do
again.
that
though.
forever.
I wouldn't touch acid again. Like,
No,
never.
no, not for me.
Never?
Not
No,
for me.
literally the only
the
things I
memories I have of acid. Are
The coke is
literally-
natural. It's a plant.
know,
brain
but we
melting, like-
fuck it up.
Like, you do feel broke. Like the next day, your brain kind of a bit scrambled almost. You know, like what the fuck happened?
No.
You know?
Glass.
I'll only ever again do mushrooms and weed,
Glass
which
through your
aren't drugs in my opinion. You know,
Yeah, obviously
I'll
not.
only ever do mushroom and weed.
Yeah, they're not drugs. They're something else.
Yeah. But yeah, fuck.
Nature's
DMT.
delivery system for goodness.
Another
That's
one.
what that is.
It's literally fucking. I don't even know what.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it, no.
Well,
Yeah, I
well,
get-
eventually, but not anytime.
Speaking
soon.
of come downs, like, here's people like. Do you not think it's really weird that Matthew Perry, Liam Payne, and there was another one, Kobe Bryant, are all dead, even though they're people I don't care about?
Yeah.
But we live in a timeline where those three people are dead now,
Yeah.
and I think about that sometimes.
More than that,
You know?
more.
But they're
yeah.
like, for
there's a lot
some
of people
reason,
dead.
those ones really stand out to me. Like Michael Jackson's dead, all that shit. Like, all those ones sort of make sense, even though they're shocking.
Yeah.
But just like weird ones like that to me, I don't know why. I don't care about them,
No.
about those people. But there's just something that's so strange to me when I think about that guy, Liam Payne, from One Direction, dead now.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Died
of-
falling off a balcony.
I
Matthew Perry from Friends, that
I
guy.
understand that feeling.
Dead. It's very
I
strange
understand
to
that
me.
feeling because I've had that feeling with a couple of actors that die, and I'll kind of look back on it and go, "Whoa, no way!" It feels like he's alive.
Michael
I don't know
Clark
why.
Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Dead.
Yeah. That was a.
Philip
That
Seymour
one sort of
Hoffman.
went over our heads.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. You know, to me,
I feel like
that didn't sink in for
I
a while.
suppose because the way they died too is kind of weird.
I don't know.
I can't
What it
remember.
is.
Where
It's
they
not
died
that.
look too.
It's not that. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's a weird timeline to be on that they're dead.
Yeah.
Like they should just be alive in obscurity somewhere, or Liam Payne should just be like, I don't know. It's so hard for me to
Yeah.
explain because it's not like, let's say Jim Carrey dying. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
He's
what? the
personal? It's
fuck,
personal
you
then.
know?
Like he is.
Or
personally.
the fucking Queen couldn't give a fuck, but
Yeah.
it was still just like, right,
Yeah.
you know, makes sense.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
But those ones
because
just don't make sense to me.
The Queen was a weird one because it was like even our parents have never known a life without a Queen. You know, even our grandparents maybe like to some people. Like she was the Queen in 1950 something. From then on, it's only ever been a Queen. You know, so that's a long chunk of time for not a king.
How many queens?
What do you mean?
How many queens were there?
How many queens was there?
Aye.
A lot.
Was there?
Well, there's Queen Victoria,
Right.
Queen Elizabeth I.
Right.
Everybody was a queen that had a king. You know.
No, I know, but that doesn't count.
But you
They
mean
weren't- they
a
were like
reigning
first
queen?
ladies? They were like first ladies. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like
the
a
same
reign.
way.
Yeah.
The same way Camilla Parker Bowles is now to our king.
Aye. Yeah. That
Our
doesn't count.
king.
That doesn't count as queen. I
Yeah,
mean, like
she's not a queen. She is the queen, but she's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
you know what I
queen.
mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So how many?
Well,
of
Queen
them is there?
Victoria, Queen Elizabeth first.
Regent.
There's definitely more. Like,
And does that
Queen-
are they the same lineage as Tudors then? Did that run on from the Tudors?
I think I looked this up before, but I think they split off. So there's Windsor. They're Windsor
The
now.
Windsor, yeah.
I don't know when Tudor fell off, like, but I think obviously Queen Victoria is Queen Elizabeth's
Grandmother?
second grandmother, I think, or great grandmother. I think it's grandmother.
I have no idea. Do you know what's fucked? Dynasty.
Yeah.
What?
We're getting very, very out of the come down territory. But I
What you
suppose
do
we're
when you're
coming down
I
from
am
a.
coming down.
We're coming down from a
These are
queen.
these are the conversations you have when
weird
you're come down, and I'm
fucking-
on a come down right now. So
Yeah.
That's a weird concept, like, I know that's still going today.
that's
You know?
like that hasn't stopped from
Not fucked up.
then.
In
you
so
know?
many different countries. Look,
Mad.
what was the best come down TV show? Jeremy Kyle.
Fuck off. No. Nothing.
Nah.
Nothing like that.
They had to watch it.
nothing
Had to be a
that.
nice
Good
movie,
movie,
didn't it?
comforting
Good
movie,
movie.
you know,
Yeah.
or an amazing movie.
Yeah.
So,
Bad Lieutenant.
Weed.
Can't remember that.
Bad
I think you
Lieutenant.
weren't there
Oh,
because
amazing.
I think it was maybe just me and David that time, and we watched Bad Lieutenant and then just pressed it to the start again and watched it again right away.
I feel like that definitely wasn't out
Wanna watch it
back
again?
then.
What the fuck
Oh,
is
that's
that?
it right
Was it?
now.
Who's in that?
100%.
Nicolas Cage one.
Oh yeah, fuck.
100%.
Such a movie.
Very good movie.
He makes it.
Very good. Yeah, he makes every movie he's in.
Yeah. I've got the long legs. I thought that was funnier than
What the
you gave me credit for.
fuck, man?
You didn't laugh
That was
at that. You didn't laugh at that at all. I've got the legs that are long. They're long legs.
They're long legs. A, B,
Long
C.
leg. This is a long leg.
They call me long legs. I love Nicolas Cage so much,
Yeah,
but it
and
probably
with
is.
that. One
Nicolas Cage?
love, motherfucker. We'll have to we'll go do the rest of the come down show now, and you can score me.
Right, you can score you, but like I am pretty calm down. Like
Come down and suck on my balls. Right.
what?
That's it. That's it. Night night.